You're listening to Mind Your Ash, the Tobacciana podcast, sponsored by the Refuge Cigar Lounge, located in Redlands, California. Now your hosts, Lady Ligero and Arizona Jim.
Welcome, everybody. Glad to have you back. I'm Arizona Jim.
I'm Lady Ligero. I don't know why I felt the need to. What's up when I did that? Spirit fingers. Ooh.
It's too early.
It is.
Why do we do this to ourselves when we decide to do these at for me, it's 30 in the morning.
Because it's hot as hell out any later.
That is true. I'm actually not sweating in my garage right now, so that's a plus.
That's why. And if we did it at night, no one could see us. So, although
I have been, I know for me, the not being able to see me might actually help us.
Oh, whatever.
I don't know.
We cannot let the fangirls down and have.
Oh yeah, you know what? I'm gonna bust out the jacket one of these days.
You need to.
Yeah.
You need to. I need to get one. But that'll be a topic for the next episode.
Topic for future episodes. Yes. So what are you smoking this morning?
I am smoking an unbanded for my personal collection, and I can't disclose anything about it. So
you can't say what it is, Maduro, Habano?
No, it's a Habano.
Oh, okay.
Yes. That's all.
Well, I am smoking one of these delicious piggy tails.
Yes, I love piggy tails.
I believe these are in your 5 for 45.
Yes. Be sure and show it slowly, just in case Jay is catching this, so we can remind him what a piggy tail is. There you go.
That would be a piggy tail, Jay.
He will never live that down. Okay, that's enough. It's enough piggy tail. Making me uncomfortable. It's like coming right. Never mind.
Oh, my sweet baby Jesus. So these come in your guys' 5 for 45.
They do. And
because you know me so well, I'm hoping that this is the wonderfully delicious, orgasm-inducing.
Oh wow,
Habano.
See, my sticks are good.
Mm-hmm.
Time will tell.
Yes. So this is what I'm getting ready to cut, light, and smoke.
So how are you cutting that one?
Did you
just bite the piggy tail off?
No, I've actually seen a couple guys actually do that, and their thing is that it's perfect. Some
of them do. It doesn't. For me personally, just taking the piggy tail off doesn't work.
No, the same for me. I need a little bit more open airflow.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I still only have my V cut.
V cuts are great.
I do love the V cut, but this one is getting a little old. I mean, this is probably 4 or 5 years old now, and
they do not last forever, unfortunately.
It's getting a little dull. I want to get the reason I switched over to the V cut is I kept cutting too much of the cap off with a straight cut.
Oh yeah.
So for the piggy tails, I don't think it'll work too much.
Sometimes.
Oh, completely.
When you're just like, no.
But I want to get one of those straight cuts that has the backing on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how well that'll work with a piggy tail.
See, right here.
Does it have the backing plate on it? Yep.
I might have to stick it in a box for you.
I definitely need to.
See. I hate these personally. I do not like them.
Well, I'm just apparently a little on the slow end when it comes to getting it just right because cutting too much of the cap off, I run into all kinds of.
It takes practice, like anything else, like keeping your pipe lit.
Yeah.
It takes practice. So I was kind of asking you that because I want to talk about stereotypes today of cigar smokers, and not necessarily I mean, I don't want to talk bad about anything. I want to kind of break some of them.
Oh, let's fucking talk some shit.
I mean, no. And I was asking you about your cut because there are 3 or 4 or probably more different ways to cut a cigar. And some people are very, it has to be this way or it has to be that way. And it doesn't. Mm-hmm. I think for me, the only faux pas is if you guillotine it below the cap line.
Well, yeah, I mean, if we're talking about just, what is,
but just because
is the best or something, but there are other.
It depends on the size, the ring gauge. It depends on.
Well, like talking about like etiquette.
Yeah.
I almost made a like the worst cigar lounge etiquette mistake anybody could possibly make.
You didn't lick your cigar first and then use the store cutter, did you? No.
Yes, but no.
No.
So hear me out. So I was at a lounge with a cigar club meetup, and my buddy was sitting there, and he had a brand new or a fairly new V cut. So I was like, "Ooh, can I use yours? Because mine's a piece of shit."
Okay.
And he's like, "Yeah, sure." Ritual habit of how I do it. I stuck the cigar in my mouth, wet the cap a little bit. I went like this. I got about this close and went,
"Oh my God. Oh. No, don't."
And I set it down, and he just looks at me and he goes, "I was hoping you were going to catch yourself before I had to completely just smack the dog shit out of you."
That's bad. That's not even like, a stereotype thing. That's just a no.
That's what I mean. And so that's, the etiquette thing, is like, there's definitely, but
what are you, one of those people that puts water on your toothbrush before you put toothpaste on it too?
No, I put it on. I run it under water once I put the toothpaste on the brush.
No. Oh my gosh. No. Okay. Anyway, that's a whole nother subject.
Anyway, but yeah, okay, so we're not talking.
I'm going back to like stereotypes. Like there are some people that there is only one way to cut a cigar. Period. And if you don't, then you're not a real cigar smoker. You're not cool. Whatever.
Okay, so you're not talking like it's my opinion that for me it's the best way. You're saying that these people are saying if you don't do this, you're wrong.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't listen to them. Cut your damn cigar however you want. Just keep it above the cap line.
Yeah, and I think that most people, at least that I've run into, understand that there are many different ways to do things, but there are still inherent mechanical things that you should not do.
Right. Let's see. Another stereotype. People who smoke cigars are rich old men.
I got half of it. And it ain't the rich part, let me tell you.
I don't think it's the old part either. We're like the same age. You can't be old. I'm not old. I mean, you're a little older than me, but no.
Still older. So
no.
You know the old saying,
it's so not elders. True. It's not true. Don't be afraid to venture into the cigar world. It's full of us youngins, girls and boys.
No, the thing that I find to be not always, but I tend to find to be more true about the stereotype is like most of my people that I hang out with and stuff, they're not rich. And so they may splurge every once in a while for, like going for, one of the Heritage Davidoff, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or, going with super boutique like Atabay or something where the price points are, $20+. But they're typically buying sticks that are like in the price range that I look for. Typically I'm looking for something that's like $10 or less.
So this is a little off, tiny bit off topic, but this really irritated me the other day. I saw it on social media.
Uh-oh.
And it was someone complaining about getting together with people and, and I get it. If you're getting together to smoke cigars, like you kind of pack for yourself. I mean, I guess we don't because it's our industry. And so we always bring more to share. Mm-hmm. Like that's just what we do. We always bring a thing. But however, I get that some people, you bring for yourself, whatever. It wasn't that. It was the comment of because I smoke premium cigars. And I'm just like, so yeah, what does that mean? I have a wall full of premium cigars in my humidor that are 5 for $45 because premium, although good, very good quality, does not mean expensive.
No,
and it just irritated me
in my head.
And people like it was almost like, oh, well, I smoke better cigars, so I'm not going to waste them on you. That's not the lifestyle.
No. And people, I think people lose the ideology or the meaning behind premium. Premium is not about a price point. Premium is about the manufacturing.
You come into my lounge, you want to spend, I'll sell you $100 cigar. Sure.
Hell yeah.
But I've got ones, comparable.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I mean is it's like, so, that whole scenario and it's not too far off topic because it is kind of part of the myth.
I think it's kind of a stereotype that they're all expensive, that they're all super expensive.
But it's like, for me, it's like if I'm going to a lounge and I'm meeting up with other cigar smokers and I have sticks that I want to share with people, I grab what's good. Regardless of what the price point is, I'm going into it with, I want to give good cigars because I know these people understand what a good cigar is.
Right.
If I'm going to a social gathering where there's opportunities to smoke cigars, and I'm going to be with people that may not smoke cigars a lot, they may not, they may not ever smoke cigars, but they may see other people smoking, may want to try it. Guess what? That's when I'm going to be busting out my, I won't mention the website name.
Oh, you better not. Unless it's refugecigarlounge.com.
Well, but see, here's the thing is I go to different sources depending on what I'm looking for.
Well, and we are very boutique-y.
Yeah.
So,
well, and like you guys have a great 5 for $45 that has great sticks. I go to this other website to get their alternative versions of big name sticks that are for the most part, I believe they're kind of Cuban sandwiches where they're, long filler and short filler.
Yeah.
But they're basically like $2.50 a stick. So if I'm going to give somebody a stick, I want it to be a good stick. I don't want it to be a gas station cigar. These are cigars that I smoke on a regular basis that I enjoy depending on what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And so I will use those to give to people, be like, hey, it's not a super expensive cigar. And I'll tell them straight up, look, this is like a $3 budget stick, but it's good. It's a premium cigar. It's hand rolled, handmade.
Yeah.
It is, short filler, long filler. And they're like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm just letting you know that this is a cigar that I smoke regularly and that I do enjoy. I'm not just giving you a piece of shit stick.
Right.
But if it's somebody that doesn't smoke that often or doesn't smoke at all, and they may want to try it, I really don't want to give them a $10, $11, $12 stick for them to take 5 puffs off of and let it sit and burn out and it's done.
Right.
If they do that with a $3 stick. It
also depends on if it's you and one person or if it's you and a group. Like we have guys come in, or gals actually, for bachelorette parties. And a lot of times you don't know if all of your guests are going to want to partake or if they do or don't. So yeah, you're not going to go buy them all, $20 sticks. So hello, 5 for $45 wall.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
Just,
but even for me, like the 5 for these sticks here, I'm not going to go and do yard work smoking one of these.
No.
Yeah. Because they are absolutely phenomenal, delicious. They are top shelf.
Getting the lawnmower all sticky. Hey, you said
it's anything is known to happen.
Oh Lord.
Out there in the Arizona heat in my Speedo.
Starting to worry about your neighbors. So I guess that's like another stereotype.
So another stereotype. Yeah.
Good quality premium cigars don't have to break the bank.
No, absolutely.
You don't have to
not
wear a suit or a little black dress to come to the lounge and smoke your cigar. Is it part of the lifestyle for a lot of people? Yes. But, Joe Schmo in his construction gear after he just, got off of work is just as much part of the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Would I go to an event in my construction gear? No.
But if you're just going into and you just got off work and you're like, I don't want to go home and face the kids and the wife. Yes. I'm going to take an extra couple hours. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I had a situation last year where I went to a cigar meetup and there was a dude in a 3-piece fucking suit in our group. And I'm wearing shorts and a beat up fucking t-shirt. Had no idea the lounge that we were going to was very foo-foo upscale. So I automatically felt kind of underdressed anyway.
Yeah.
And then I walk in and I see this dude sitting there and I'm like, oh shit. Nobody told me. And he looked at me and he goes, dude, you're dressed are you dressed any differently than you normally are? I said, no. And he goes, I'm not either.
Yeah.
And so the people I found, and I think we've talked about this before, that stereotype of you don't have to, but if that is you, typically I don't find that those people look down on others that are dressing how they are.
Right. Because it would just be like anywhere else, the grocery store, restaurant, whatever.
Yeah.
I remember I was very hesitant at first because, I saw all the girls and the influencers or whatever on social media.
That's a whole other that's like, I know. That's like going to be like a 2-hour long episode.
Yeah. Once I get going on that one.
Oh, both of us
are coming off. No. But I was literally, I remember going to Ron and being like, that's not me. Like, I'm a jeans and t-shirt. Like, I don't fit that mold. And he's like, there's no mold. You smoke cigars and you enjoy them. You're part of the lifestyle. Yeah. And I've actually found quite a few more jeans and t-shirt smokers than, the other. Because I'm like, I'm just sitting out here in the yard, like
it's the ones that show up in like the little black cocktail dresses that come with like a PR person and they're snapping all the pictures and everything else. It's like, bitch.
I feel like for newbies, that's not a true representation of the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Is it a facet of the lifestyle for some people? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
But it's not
just like with alcohol, there's different levels of, some people
snobbery.
Like to sit in the backyard and barbecue and have a beer. And some people, go to rooftop bars only and have, $1,000 bottles. I mean, it's just, whatever. And that's another thing. You do not have to drink to smoke a cigar. A lot of people pair cigars with drinks, and that's fabulous for them. That's great.
Well, let's clarify. You don't need to drink alcohol. Because for me, I gotta drink something with a stick.
Well, yeah. Depending on the cigar. I mean, there's ones I'll drink, coffee with. There's ones I'm out here with chocolate milk. It's not. As I hold up my red Solo cup for the refugees that are listening, not watching.
Let's have a party.
Milk. He hasn't driven me that crazy yet. I don't need to start drinking. I'm not a big drinker though. I'm just not.
Yeah. And I don't drink at all. So
right. So although there are wonderful, wonderful pairings, and there are people that have a really good palate and they can pair whiskey and rum and wines with cigars, and it's fabulous.
Oh yeah.
You don't have to be into that.
No, I mean back in the day of my drinking days, oh my God, a good Sambuca with a good hearty, Robusta, Maduro cigar, or a Habano, now that I know that it's but yeah, there's definitely alcoholic drinks that can pair well and do pair well.
I
but
I
like
think
coffee,
some people shy away because they feel like it has to be.
Yeah. No, and absolutely not. And there are some times where I just drink water. I just need something to just kind of keep my palate wet and to kind of.
Or if I'm drinking something super like gonna kick my ass, you bet I'm gonna have like a ginger ale around something with some sugar in it.
Yeah.
Because last thing I need to do is be on the ground. So.
All right. So what other stereotypes you got up your sleeve there?
I just had one too. Oh gosh, what was it? Dang it.
I don't know.
I know. Just all up my brain. Well, I started thinking about something that frustrates me and about the things. And so but it's not a stereotypical thing.
That's right. What is it?
Okay. Do you remember when, we're old enough to know this. When you could go look at, say, a restaurant or a venue of some sort, and they would have like a dress code listed.
Yeah.
Right. And then as websites got fancy, I personally feel like I'm going to get heat for this. I feel like a lot of lounge websites are misleading. I feel like they look really super classy and fancy. And so if you look at it, you feel like to go to a lounge like that, you have to be dressed up and fancy. And even though when you get there, it's like jeans and t-shirt palooza.
Well, I think that goes into,
and maybe that's just because I've been dealing with building our own and really making it represent us. I just feel like so many are like,
well, I think
that's not what it's like inside.
Well, I think, for the most part, we're talking about stereotypes from the consumer side.
Yeah.
I think that goes into a preconceived notion or stereotype from lounge owner, where there's a lot of owners that have this preconceived idea of what a cigar lounge should be. And whether or not their lounge really represents that when they're putting it out on a website. Look, every website wants to have the prettiest pictures
of course, absolutely,
and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But I think that there's kind
of,
and
they're great websites.
Oh yeah.
I look at them and I'm like, but I know what it's like on the inside, and it gives off this vibe. Like, I would totally overdress for going there. Not that you can overdress, because if you're comfortable, whatever. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the other thing with that though is now is with the internet and everything else is you can look at reviews. Yeah. And you can kind of get other people's opinions. Now, that doesn't mean that that's true for the lounge. It may be true for that person's experience. Yes. But I've seen reviews for places like restaurants and stuff where they're totally just destroying the place. And it's not because of the restaurant. It's because of their attitude and because of their shit that they brought to the table.
I honestly think it's funnier when there's a crappy restaurant. You see people and they're praising it. You're like, have you never eaten anywhere else? But anyway, I guess I'm the person with the attitude.
I've been there. Been there. Yeah. But yeah, so I think that just goes into more of a preconceived, maybe not a stereotype, but a kind of a preconceived notion of what.
No, it just popped into my mind, and that's how we roll on this podcast. So
anything goes.
Which brought me back to my original
go before
stereotype,
you forget,
which we kind of touched on, but more expensive does not equal better quality. Cigar. It does not.
I would agree. I would completely 1,000% agree with that.
I'm not saying every time, because yes, there are some fantastic expensive sticks. But you don't have to feel like if you can't afford or don't want to pay for a $20 stick that, someone else in the lounge is going to judge you for it.
Yeah.
They don't care. They might ask you what you're smoking just for conversation, but it's not, oh, what do you smoke?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like
no,
that.
and I look at that as a twofold, not only quality, consistency.
Yes.
Consistency, because I've had some higher end sticks that were not consistent at all. Mm-hmm. And then I've had, I wouldn't say low budget sticks, but medium price point sticks. Mm-hmm. Every single one of the same stick that I smoke is the exact same. Yeah. Great construction, great airflow, great burn, all the way down to the nub.
I mean, I've had, I won't name it, but it's a number something. And it was all the rage. Everybody likes this cigar. Everybody likes it. And I had it and I loved it. I loved it too. I see what everyone loves about it. This is great. I had another one, exact same thing. And I was like, oh, this is not good. Mm-hmm. I have yet to have a third to have a tiebreaker, which way it goes. But I was like, and then you have one and the consistency just isn't there. And you're just like,
and look, I understand, and I mean, coming from a guitar industry background, I understand that we're dealing with organic properties and organic products.
Stuff happens. That's why
it happens.
I mean, if there's a flavor issue, it's probably not a stick for you. But if it's a construction or, I don't know how to explain it.
Typically, like the burn, uneven burns are either one, user error, you didn't light it right, you didn't light it evenly. If there's a whole what podcast you're doing,
we can have in that.
Oh yeah. But if you're experienced enough to understand how to light it and you're lighting it correctly, and you typically don't have
Sometimes
issues.
There are just duds,
but there are some duds, and that's that's the thing is like there's one brand in particular I've probably had the most out of any other brand, and every single stick burns beautifully. Even if I light it kind of wonky, it corrects itself very smoothly, very easily without having to do a bunch of touch-up lights. Sometimes I will, just because my OCD, it'll be just slightly off and I'll be like,
me too.
But it's that consistency that's the big one for me. One off, hey, if you enjoyed the experience, one off, hey, you got what you needed out of it,
Exactly.
You go and you have a second one and it's less than adequate than the first one. Try a third, maybe a fourth.
Yeah.
Maybe it is one of those anomalies, or maybe it's just their consistency isn't that great. There's the brand out there that everybody loves to hate. And it's a large part of it is the consistency between sticks sucks.
Yeah. And then I think the last thing I wanted to mention is nobody cares. They may show, nobody cares how you hold it.
There is one way of holding a cigar that irks the bloody hell out of me.
Well, that's your opinion.
And it's from the movie.
Yeah, which one irks the hell out of me? When you put it in a pipe.
Not Ghost Rider. Punisher and John Travolta's character. He holds it like this.
Oh yeah, no, upside, like from the bottom.
Like holds it from.
But he holds it from the bottom.
But it's like you have to be a contortionist to fight. I'm like, no.
It's weird, but I mean, no, you'll have people like, I'll hold it like this, and people go, well, that's for cigarette smokers. No, I mean, you can hold it however you want.
Well, now here's the thing: is when you're smoking a stick, do you hold it the same way the entire time you're smoking it?
No.
Neither do I. Like right now, like I notice, like when I'm talking with my hands a lot, I will hold it like this. But if I'm not and I'm just sitting there enjoying it, I hold it like this because I can sit there. And
it depends. Am I trying to take a picture? I mean, it all depends.
Yeah.
But there's no right way. So go in and hold your cigar. Just please don't hold it with your toes, but just hold your cigar.
Hey, if you're talented enough,
I mean, unless you don't have arms
enough,
but please.
But if you're that flexible to do that, my mind's going somewhere else. So
please leave those tricks to your home man cave.
leave those tricks to Pornhub.
But I mean, there's this, you'll see these different people will post, if you hold it like this, you're this, or if you hold it like this, you're they're not nice,
Oh no.
And
that's the thing that irks out of everything, the stereotypes and everything else. The thing that irks me is when people get like belligerent with their ideologies. And it's like, because I've got my ideologies, and there are times when I have, had conversations with folks and be like, I don't think that's a great way to do it, dude. You could experience some shit. But I get the same thing, like in the pipe world. I get that from,
you don't know if they've had, you don't know. Maybe they just don't like holding it that way. It doesn't matter.
But it's like
people hold their cigar.
But it's like people that get, whether it be cutting or lighting or how you hold it or how you dress. It's like, you can have your own ideas and your own opinions about it, and that works for you. But when people get just out and out, just fucking belligerent and just mean, it's like, dude, really?
And the cigar pipes, the industry, the community is so great. There's so many great people, and so you don't ever want to see them like pushing someone away because one person pushes someone else away. Because it is a great community, and I know I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I just love how it just connects people over so many different walks of life and so many areas of the world, and it's just amazing.
Yep, it really is.
So
I think all in all, do what works for you.
Yes.
Take advice from people that have maybe more experience.
I mean,
but at the end of the day, bottom line is, and like I was saying, I get it all the time in the pipe community because I don't.
On next week's episode,
there's certain things that I don't do or that I do that I know is potentially diminishing my experience, but I don't give a shit because I'm still enjoying the experience I'm having.
That's going to be good. I can't wait to dive into that one.
So that's the same thing with cigars is, there are some mechanical rules to follow, but other than that, do what you do and do it the way that you enjoy it. And if somebody is being belligerent or being adamant that their way is the way to do it, fuck you. If I may be so bold. If I may speak freely,
you may.
Fuck you.
You can here.
All right.
Cool. I think about it. Well, I'll never be out of stereotypes, but
no, there's so many. I mean, but hitting on those big ones that I think are the more,
I think those are the most common,
popular, common.
And I don't want people missing out on the experience because they have, some Hollywood TV show that only shows the cigar lounge in the top of the Vegas tower with only nice dressed people and
I do have one more stereotype that we need to address, and that is cigars are not just for fucking dudes.
You're right.
Really? Jesus Christ. I lost my headphones.
No, they are not just for fucking dudes. No.
Cigar smokers, it may be male dominant, but it is not just for men. It's not a men's social club thing.
No.
It is for anybody, any walk of life, gender doesn't fucking matter. Cultural background doesn't fucking matter. Social class doesn't fucking matter. Nope. It's anybody and everybody that wants to enjoy this thing. And I would show off the piggy tail, but it's gone now.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about how you cut your cigars though, now that I know that you lick it first.
Lick it before you stick it. Or cut it.
The lounge cutter.
I know.
I will take you out by your ear.
I would have done it. I would have been like, I'm out of here. See ya. I have shamed myself. I have brought dishonor to my family. Wow. But I caught myself before I did it. I just went into natural instincts of what I do. Of course. So anyway, that's going to do it for this episode of Mind Your Ash. Thank you again for stopping by. We'll see you guys next time.